والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. قال سبحانه وتعالى في كتابه الكريم بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم: يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله ولتنظر نفس ما قدمت لغد واتقوا الله إن الله خبير بما تعملون. صدق الله العظيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. اللهم انفعنا بما علمتنا وعلمنا ما ينفعنا وزدنا علما. Right. So can you move the slide back, please? Right. So like what you said, the topic for today's talk, inshallah short and not boring talk, inshallah, is what is your worth? What's your worth? Right? So we'll be talking about this in the context of the last ruku of Surah Al-Hashr. But before we talk about that, before we begin, I would like you all to look at that picture on your screen. Can anyone tell me what that is? This is my attempt at making it interactive. It's a? Amazon. It's a forest. It's a forest. Right. So if I were to ask you that if you were to go through, as beautiful as that looks, if you were to pass through it, if you had to go through it, how would you carry yourself? How would you go through it? What would you do? Louder. Carefully, and what would you do? Watch your step. Gather your clothes around.
I got Arjun's number.
But she's not allowed to answer. Right? So, you know what I'm getting at, right? You've heard the narration. Everybody, right? You know what I'm getting at. How many people know what I'm talking about? Alhamdulillah. The advantage of talking to a religious crowd, they already know what you're going to say. So we're talking about the last ruku of Surah Al-Hashr, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, before this, describes the characteristics of munafiqeen. Some of the attributes of the munafiqeen came in this surah prior to this ruku. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, summing up and closing the surah, finishes the surah very, very strongly, giving the reminder to the Muslims, to the practicing Muslims, to those claiming to have iman, telling them, reminding them of some certain realities which these ayats will cover, that keep this in mind and act this way. Otherwise, there is a very good possibility that you will end up being one of them. You will end up becoming one of the munafiqeen. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, whenever He uses this phrase, Ya ayyuhal ladhina amanu, whenever in the Quran this phrase is used, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is addressing every single person who claims Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Every single person. The munafiqeen are addressed in the Quran with this phrase. They're not called oh hypocrites. They're not called that. They're called Ya ayyuhal ladhina amanu. Weak Muslims, weak iman people, people with strong iman, all of them Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala addresses in the Quran, Ya ayyuhal ladhina amanu. Abdullah bin Abbas radiallahu ta'ala anhu, he says that whenever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala uses this phrase in the Quran, whenever He says, Ya ayyuhal ladhina amanu, then all those who claim to be believers, all those who claim Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, you need to listen very, very carefully. You need to be very, very careful of what is being said. Yes, you already know the narration I'm talking about. You've read these ayat very many times. You know what taqwa is. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu ittaqullah. When He says that, no matter how many times you've heard it, no matter how many times you've reminded other people of it, every single time we need to look within ourselves and ask ourselves, do I really know what taqwa is? Am I living taqwa? Am I living taqwa? Abdullah bin Abbas, like I said, whenever Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu comes, he says, listen very, very carefully. The entire Quran is the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We need to listen carefully as it is. But whenever this phrase comes, we need to be especially careful. And the narration, the picture that you saw, Umar bin Khattab, I'll just review with you something you already know, a reminder, always benefits. Umar bin Khattab is sitting. The Khalifa of the Muslimin, the Amir al-Mu'mineen, his empire is spanning, is touching Africa and almost touching South Asia. The emperor, almost, if you want to call him that, of that empire is sitting with his Sahaba, with his close companions, who are also companions of the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he is talking about what? He is talking about taqwa. If this topic is important enough For someone of that high caliber to be talking about, then yes, we need to be talking about it as well. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in Surah Al-Imran, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu taqullah haqqa tuqatih. What was the reaction of the companions? Or before we talk about the reaction of the companions, when we finished Quran so many times, we've read those ayats as well. What was our reaction when we read those ayats? O you who believe, have the taqwa of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as is His right. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Al-Imran. We read those ayats, barakat mil gayi, sawab mil gaya, we move on. The Sahaba read those ayats. When the Sahaba heard those ayats, they started shuddering. They're like, oh my God, how do we do this? The practicality of what they were being asked to do came to their mind. How is this even possible? They asked themselves. And they were worried about it. They're asking each other, they're asking the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, how do we, weak human beings, the best of generations mind you, weak human beings, how do we give Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala His right? How do we do that? And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reveals in Surah Taghabun, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu taqullah mastata'tum. As much as you possibly can. May He decide with you. But again, the point to notice is the way the Sahaba read the Quran and the way we read the Quran, there's a world of difference. They read the Quran to implement it. We read the Quran for sawab. If the question of implementation was there, then yes, we would be worried about if something is practical or not, if something is possible or not. So that was the character of the Sahaba radiallahu ta'ala. The Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he used to say to his ashab, he used to say to his companions, Usikum wa nafsi bi taqwa Allah. So again, if we think, oh, he's talking about taqwa again, we heard this, you know what this is. You heard this lecture so many times. You read the ayat so many times. And remember that the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam reminded himself. He told his companions, Usikum, I advise you, I remind you and myself. The Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is not trying to be modest. Every single word that he says, every act that he does, Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, is completely straightforward. There are no double meanings to it. The Quran says, Qulu qawlan sadida. Be straightforward. The Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, khuluquhu Quran. His character was the Quran. So when he's saying, I am advising myself of taqwa, he is doing it. He is actually advising himself of taqwa. He feels the need for himself to be advising himself of taqwa, then who are we? Hum kis khed ki muli hain if we consider these reminders are not for us. If we think that, I've heard this before, tell me something new. I want to listen to something more exciting, something more beneficial. Taqwa I've heard. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala repeats this so many times in the Quran. Taqwa, taqwa, taqwa. Because He knows we take this topic, right? He realizes this is something that we know. And really, we need to look into ourselves. How much of taqwa do I really have? How much awareness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? How fearful am I to save myself from disobeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Wherever, Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, have taqwa wherever you are. Wherever you may be, whatever you may be doing, have taqwa of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When you're having a conversation with your friend, have taqwa of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You need to recognize, when I'm with my friends, do I really have taqwa of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? When I'm out there playing foosball and screaming at the top of my lungs, do I have taqwa of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Do I recognize that at that point Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is watching me and every word and action that I do is being recorded? I will be answerable for that. Do I realize? Do I have that level of faith? When I'm praying to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, taking His name, praying to Him, addressing Him, asking Him, do I have Him in my mind or am I thinking about other things? If that's not happening, then as many times as this reminder comes, it's imperative. It's every time it's necessary. Even more necessary if it's not happening. And the limit of taqwa, the height of taqwa. The Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, in the hadith of Jibreel, when he asks him, alayhi salam, Ya Rasulullah, akhbirni anil ihsan. Tell me what is ihsan. What did the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam respond? And ta'bud Allah كأنك تراه فإن لم تكن تراه فإنه يراك. That you worship, that you enslave yourself to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as if you see Him. حَلَا تَقْوَى بِإِشْتَاقِينَ. Or if you cannot do that, at least recognize إِنَّهُ يَراك. He sees you. He knows exactly what you're doing. وَهُوَ عَلِيمٌ بِذَاتِ الصُّدُورِ. He is aware of every single thing in our hearts. When I'm standing here in front of you, saying whatever I'm saying, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows what is in my heart. He knows why I'm standing here, what I'm doing, and why I'm doing it. Whatever ill intentions, whatever wrong intentions I have, I can fool you, I can't fool Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You can be fooled by my beard, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not be fooled by my beard. Beard doesn't work with Him subhanahu wa ta'ala. He knows me through and through. He knows every single one of us through and through. Why are we doing it? Whatever we're doing, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is pretty good.